From a giant spider to a superior Spider-Man, we count down 10 facts about Spider-Man you probably didn't know. Normally, when Peter Parker frets that Spider-Man is likely to kill those closest to him, it is simply an emotional metaphor. However, in the Spider-Man storyline Reign, a Dark Knight Returns homage that shows an aged Spidey returning to fight a corrupt city, the metaphor gets a little too literal. At one point, Spider-Man must confront the body of Mary Jane, who has long since died. The story gets strange when Spidey reveals what killed her. Contrary to the Totem storyline, Spidey claims she was killed by his radioactive sperm. Spider-Man even gives us all the gory details, like a spider, crawling up inside your body and laying 1,000 eggs of cancer. I killed you. It is at this point that an otherwise amusingly divergent alternate reality becomes completely baffling. Had Gwen Stacy been doomed to die of cancer too, before her run-in with the Green Goblin? Will Black Cat one day perish from her dalliances with Peter? At the very least, this disturbing revelation takes the fun out of singing. He's got radioactive blood.
Okay, so what's up guys, Raid here, and of course thanks AG for having me on the channel today, but let's go ahead and get into the topic. So in 1950, superhero comics were kind of like falling out of vogue. Monsters and sci-fi and all that were kind of like becoming the next big thing to read in comic wise. So in this comic, Journey into Mystery number 73, titled Where Will You Be When the Spider Strikes, this humongous spider could talk and shoot his own web fluid. And get this, once a man, the spider was shot with radioactive rays, and then he became the spider. That's kind of, you know, ironic.
Marvel has never directly addressed Spider-Man's religious beliefs, despite the fact that they have never had an issue with portraying the Daredevil's Catholicism in his comic. Regardless, it is still widely believed that Peter Parker is Jewish. His dialogue has frequently been littered with Yiddish lines which suggest as much, and his religious background has confirmed to some degree thanks to comments from Stan Lee and even the actor who most recently played the character, Andrew Garfield. Even if he's not a practicing Jew, it's a shame that Marvel has missed the opportunity to tell some stories about that part of Spidey's life.
Okay, so this next topic, you guys are kind of going to be confused as what I'm saying. As you know, Peter had his high school bully, Flash Thompson, and he couldn't really get any like girls or anything before he became Spider-Man. But once he was bitten by a spider, you kind of could see that his confidence was developing. And by issue 7, Peter had got his first girlfriend. You know, if you read it, his first girlfriend was Betty Brant. And by issue 8, he ditched his glasses after getting into a fight and winning with Flash. And by his graduation, the most popular girl in the school at the time, Liz Allen, had developed a crush on him. So, as Mary Jane says, go get him, Tiger.
In one of the most controversial Spider-Man stories of all time, it was revealed in Sin's Path that Gwen Stacy had an affair with the middle-aged Norman Osborn as a teenager. She fled to Europe and had the twins in secret, but the goblin serum in their system would cause them to rapidly age, and they returned years later to try and kill Spider-Man after Norman successfully found and brainwashed them. The story also revealed that Peter and Gwen never had sex, and many fans felt like it completely ruined the legacy of one of only a handful of characters who have remained dead. As a result, it is now never referred to.
Okay, so this next topic is probably something that we've all wondered. So, if you ever sat down and read a Spider-Man comic and kind of wondered what happens to his web after he shoots onto the building and he lets it go? Like, does it just hang there for the rest of existence? Well, actually, no. Unfortunately, when Spider-Man was bit by the spider, the one power that didn't come with it, ironically, was shooting webs out of his wrists. So he had to come up with the Webshooters by knowledge. So Stan Lee came out on the path and said that his web actually lasts only an hour after he lets it go. And basically, after an hour, it just evaporates into thin air. And I bet the window washers are actually pretty happy about that one.
Another controversial story featured Dr. Octopus switching minds with Spider-Man leaving Peter to die on Otto's broken body. A fragment of the original Spidey's mind remained within his own. The status quo would not return to normal for some time. During that period, Ock murdered villains, considered seducing Mary Jane, which some equated to rape, and got Peter a doctorate. Bizarrely, pretty much no one noticed that their friend was acting and speaking completely differently, and while the superior Spider-Man had his fans, most were very relieved when Peter once again was given control of his body.
And so this next topic is for Sam Raimi's Spider-Man fans. This fact is kind of a backstory for you guys. Have you ever wondered where the idea was developed for Spider-Man to not have web shooters in the Sam Raimi movies? Well, in the 6-part adventure of The Spectacular Spider-Man number 15, Spider-Man actually shared a kiss with the villainous Queen, turning him into a spider for a while. After being turned back, he could shoot his webs from his wrist. But after a while, people missed the web shooters, so eventually it was later rebooted to where he had his web shooters.
Although they were working under the guise of the Future Foundation at the time, Spidey was part of the Fantastic Four at one stage. Following the tragic death of the Human Torch, the remaining members gathered at the reading of the will to try and reunite the team. What better way to replace the group's wisecracking, charismatic hero than with another? Reed's plan at the time also involved bettering the world through his scientific endeavors, to which having Peter Parker in on board was a huge advantage. As a welcoming gift, Spider-Man was gifted a brand new suit that not only never got dirty, but that he was able to change the design of it with his mind.
Okay, so in this last topic for the video today is one that's pretty strange, at least to me. So do you guys remember the backstory of Peter's parents where they were secret agents and they saved Wolverine? Well, if that wasn't strange enough for you, we have this storyline. It always seems like there's something weird with Peter's family. I don't know what it is. Okay, so as a young woman, I guess May was like the thing to go after. And she had an affair with mobster Johnny Jerome. Pretty generic mobster name. But in this comic, which was Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 4, like I said, May was the thing to go after back then. But after she found out that Johnny was mobster and found out about his dark past, the young May traded her affections from Jerome back to Ben. If that isn't creepy, I don't know what is. Like, could you imagine Peter as a mobster? Ugh, that's just weird. But anyway, guys, thank you for having me on here. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed me commentating over these facts. And so yeah, guys, thank you.
You're very welcome. I will put Raid's channel link in the description. You guys should really check him out. He makes great gaming videos. With that being said, did you enjoy this countdown? If you did, let me know in the comments down below, as well as recommendations on what you think I should do next. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on AgTop10.